The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Darrell Martin, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 2. Nasdaq is down 3. S&Ps are up $1.50. We have the gold contract down $2.40 at $13.42. Silver's up a penny at $19.83. We have the oil market up $1, $42.84. Bonds, the notes are down 7 ticks. Bonds are down 17. King dollar is up 224. And I missed you guys Friday. You must have had a heck of a day, man.
We had some action, didn't we?
Holy cow.
No action over the weekend, though. Go ahead.
No, Darrell Martin, what's going on?
Hey, man.
How you doing,
Darrell?
Doing good. Doing good.
Yeah, so
watching Nadex right now. Just had a nice short, taking that off, and looking to go long potentially here now. So.
And folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the platform on the banner on the top or on the side. You can hit the platform. They will put $25,000 of paper money into your account, and you can see how these contracts trade. Yeah, so that was a nice setup if you were bullish.
Quite a jobs report at 8:30. And the market followed.
Right. And I saw your article, man. That thing really spiked, man. And there wasn't a lot of juice in that prior to it.
And sometimes, depending on where you get, how much is priced in there, right?
Right.
In terms of, we talk about, the anticipated move and all this stuff. And no matter what you were anticipating to the upside for the 10 o'clock contracts, the one I was looking at on the S&P, right?
Right, yeah. And that wasn't anticipated.
They all cleaned house. And it was only about 16, 17 points to the upside.
Right.
But that's, approaching a 1% move in the span of 2 hours.
Exactly.
But guess what? We had some movement, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, it's been a smooth little downtrend right now. So, I mean, it's been pretty good.
And, it doesn't... On the Nadex platform, folks, okay, bottom line, you can trade the indices, you can trade the currencies, you can trade the commodities, all of the above. They whacked gold pretty good.
Yeah, I saw that.
On the way down.
There were a lot of ways that you really could have traded that Friday.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Particularly that S&P and the gold and the Nasdaq. I mean, just, there's no doubt. And it'll be interesting now to see where these bonds turn. So if we take a look at what's intriguing out here this morning is that, when you get spikes in the market like this, the real question is going to be, okay, do we get the follow-through or is that the spike? And how the FTSE and the UK finish out today is going to be pretty interesting because the FTSE and the UK, folks, got up to highs today, haven't been able to hold them thus far. And the DAX in general, it's up $70 right now, but the DAX has been trying to get over these highs for the last 6 months. So we'll see where that does shake out. Currencies, Darrell, I'm sure with the dollar move, that basically put some juice into these currencies, didn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. So that's, I've been living on the currencies here, right, for the last pretty much the entire summer. So, and so we got plenty of activity over in pound yen, dollar yen. Pardon me, and several of the other, obviously more active pairs, pound dollar, stuff like that. I don't trade euro dollar as much just because it's so heavily traded. Yeah, it's not quite as. I don't like the ones that everybody else is in. They don't move as smoothly to me. But
yeah, it's going to get interesting with this yen because the yen saved itself. Well, the dollar saved the yen from cracking 100. So that's the third time that got saved since the June 24th area. So it'll be interesting to see whether that can continue.
So dollar index, that's a future I love to trade right there. I wish that would be that's on my wish list for Nadex to have that instrument. Yeah, but, get that dollar index futures in there.
No, and what happens with the dollar index futures also, folks, you can't get volume on currency trades, but you can get it on the index, and that's something that I've traded a lot, but I've continually look at. And it's not that there's a lot of volume, but there's 20, 30,000 contracts on a continual basis. So at least to give you an idea that, okay, what are traders doing? You know what I mean? Coming in, going out. You know?
Right, and I'll hop over. I'll look at 6B, 6E, 6J, stuff like that to get an idea of the volume on the FX itself too. So, but to help out with the the whole volume concept.
Yes, you mean the future contracts, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I actually one of my indicators actually plots the FX future volume on the FX chart.
Okay.
So if I'm pulling up euro dollar, it's going to plot 6E's futures volume. So it's about the only way I can figure out that can give me some real volume versus the tick volume that brokers give out and stuff like that.
So oil, let's look at can you pull up an oil chart for a second, Tom? So oil, it looks like it not only caught a bid, it looks like it wants to go up to ICE, which is a couple dollars higher, which is going to be pretty wild, man. Particularly coming into Wednesday, 10:30, that's when the oil numbers are going to come out. Yeah, so
quite a rocket ship.
Yeah, 42.88 right now. And it was 3 days ago, middle
of last week.
Middle of last week, it's a 39.40, right?
Yeah,
39.28. Pretty good, no doubt. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We go over and we take a look at this, let me see this gold market for a second. So gold, yeah, it's just hanging here. So the amount of energy that it took to go downtown on Friday, this is going to have to build some cause for a bit, yeah. You got 93,000 contracts. This is making its way. We'll see what ends up happening at the swing point of 13.18, but looks like I suspect it's going to get down to this 1277, 1283. You stay right there, folks. Darrell, Tony, myself, we're coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow's down 2, Nasdaq's down 7, S&Ps are up $1. We're right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 5. You get the Nasdaq off 8. S&P's a flat. We get Rex in Idaho. Hey, Rex, what's going on?
Hey, I was wondering, a question for Darrell.
Sure.
If you would show us your trade setup for your NQ trade this morning.
I have quite a few of them. Let's see. Let me go ahead and pull up my NASDAQ chart. Here we go. And let's see. I can show you the textbook ones. But the main ones up here would be right as everything turns and flips over. So as you can see earlier in the morning around 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock, everything was flying on up. And then right around later in the 6 o'clock hour, everything starts going down. So all of a sudden I start getting what I call an MVP line. That's flipped over. That flipped over first thing in the morning. That's just the first thing to flip. And then the trend bars start turning red. And with that, I also get my trend catcher line that starts going short. And so that gives me basically a setup on any one of those break of a low. So if it breaks the low of any one of these bars by 3 ticks, I can then get in. And then I set my stop up at the MVP line, and then I trail. That's that little dot right there. I just trail until it gets hit, until I get the next setup.
Okay.
So basically, I'm waiting for everything to turn red. Is really the simplest way I can put it. Like right here, we got some stuff that's green and red, green and red, green and red. Now everything's turning red. Look for a short, take a short, hop in. And I may not be up and trading yet in the morning, right? I mean, that's going to happen a lot. You're going to miss a trade. I don't like to chase a trade, but if I get another opportunity, like right here, it broke it, that would have been an entry. Over here, it broke it, that would have been an entry. Right back over here, it broke the low, that would have been an entry. So I could take any one of those entries. And the nice thing about taking one of the new breaks of the lows as an entry is that my trailing stop's actually moving, and it'll move faster and faster and faster. So I'm actually going to end up taking less risk when I hop in a little bit later on the trade. And, really what I find out is if I'm taking, like right here, it didn't really do a whole lot. I'm not really getting in at much of a different price. I'm just getting in at a different time. And the entire system stayed short the entire time. So it allows me to trail my stop really fast. And I mean, just after getting in like right there, this morning right around 8 o'clock, and I'm able to actually trail that down very fast. And, lock in, decent little profit on it. And then what I'll do is I'll lock in on half of the contract, and it comes across. This one just barely tips it. I keep it 2 ticks above it, though, so it stays in. It comes down. I actually took off half when I hit the settlement line because that's one of those powerful lines. That's where you're going to get a lot of resistance. So we go right down there. We hit that settlement line, leave on part of the position. It comes back up. It comes right back up to that MVP, which I call momentum volatility predictor. Basically, where's the momentum going? And then it continues on back down. That position actually still on. I took the other half off the lower ice line right there. And so I'm flat right now. I'm waiting for a potential long setup or another good short entry at this point. So I mean, it may fly down another 20 points, but that to me, that was a great trade. I captured a lot of distance between the entry and the exit, and now I just got to sit back and let it do its thing and look for the next setup.
So what would you be looking for another short?
For another short right now, what I'd want is I'd want a pullback. Sort of what I call it, an apex formation where it has a new low with a higher low, okay? And then it breaks below that new low. And I'd also look for the volume accumulation right here for us to get basically on the pullback that we get to get less volume accumulation. So right now the peak is at this point, so I would expect it to diverge on the pullback. So there's not a lot of volume on the pullback, a very weak pullback, and then drops back down, and then I got another short.
Okay.
And Rex, now do you trade the NDX 100?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're looking at this, even though I'm still a bear, What it's done is this. This has just come back to where we broke topside from on Friday. So if you take a look at this, if you're watching Tiger TV, I got this on a 10-minute chart. So this morning, it tested the highs of Friday, and it was pre-market, so yeah, it was going to be light volume. But now what it's doing is this: you're coming into that 940 bar, and it's going to need a lot more volume to break down here. So
Right.
it's you could get probably a small bounce, and then if you got that small bounce, then it would be like a shot at like 47.82 would be beautiful. And where I'm going with that, I'll put this in a little bit closer for you so you can see this. What I'd be looking for is this. Okay, so when we came down, the last time that we really came down with juice was right at the 930 bar, which is the 47.82. You're coming into bars now like with 4,400 contracts, versus that monster of 15,000. So most times, the first time you come into that, you're not going to break it. You can bounce off it. So you can kind of take that for what it's worth, man. But it looks like a nice range.
Is that the top of the bar on Friday that you're looking at?
It's actually the bottom of the bar. The bottom of the bar is 47.59. Right now we're at 47.66. And that also lines up with the bar at 8:30 in the morning when the first the
high of that bar.
Yeah,
right?
the high of that bar is the 47.64. And that's 7,200 contracts on a 10-minute.
That's of course right as the non-farm payroll broke.
Exactly.
And then 9:30 is the open.
Then then you had the real spike, man.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of volume pushing it down to that. Something else to show you on that volume, decelerating right there. That's one thing I noticed right here at the settlement line is that the volume, see how the downward distribution volume lightened up a lot? Like it came down, spiked it just a second there, and then lightened up a whole lot right there. And that's where I took like I said, the first profit right there was on that one. And then it busted through, and now you see that continued weakness in the accumulation volume, so there's not a lot of buying volume going on. So I went ahead and continued that short on. So
okay,
basically it's what me and Tommy both do, I know, is we look at important levels in the market and we look at what does volume do when it hits those levels, and that helps us determine our next move. So that's one of the simplest ways I can put it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, totally. And
that?
it looks like we're going to have a nice range set up now too.
Yeah. So
16, 20 points on a slow day in the market after a big day Friday is pretty good.
Sure.
You look at deviations, you look at magnets, you look at highs, lows, things like that. You find those important levels, even support resistance, things like that have been, solidified. And then you go, what does volume do when it hits that? Okay, now I'm going to determine whether I'm going to see a breakthrough or a pullback. And I think that's probably one of the simplest ways to put trading in the context of how I look at it is I look at those levels and I look at volume in the context of when those price levels are touched. And that helps me determine whether I think it's going to reverse or continue. Such as
the volume is, and so how do you tell if it's going to reverse or continue with the volume?
You don't. Yeah, it's a probability game, man. Yeah, right. Well, hey, Rex, what does happen, though, you can wait for the rejection of price. I mean, that's the reality. So, yeah. But that doesn't mean it's going to not turn right the next second.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it gives you a nice tight stop.
Cooking, brother. Have a great
Rex.
one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, stay right there, folks. Tommy, Darrell, myself, we're coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives.
If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 25. You get the Nasdaq off 15. S&Ps are down 1. Let's go take a look inside the Dow Industrials, the strength versus the weakness. So strength, ExxonMobil, that's up $1, 1%. Chevron's up 0.6. Caterpillar's up 0.4, and Boeing is up 0.2. Taken away from it, Merck is down 2.8%. Pfizer's off 1.9. Johnson & Johnson's off 0.8, and IBM's down 0.7. Inside the NDX 100, what we have is that you got, oh, that's interesting, man. Oh, that's Liberty. No, it's Liberty Financial. This is pretty wild because they come up with bad numbers, but yet they're up. QVC. SBA Communications is up 0.9. Taken away from it, Netflix is down 2.7. INCY is off 2.2. You get Viacom down 2, and you got Celgene off 1.9%. How about the Olympics, huh?
Yeah. It's always great how they approach, right? The opening ceremony's Friday night, and then boom, before you know it, there's like big events with medals on the line Saturday and Sunday, which is cool.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
a lot of records broken last night.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. How about that Ledecky? Did you see that swim where she just crushed everybody?
Unbelievable.
Blew my mind. You don't win races by 5 seconds that aren't long races in the Olympics. That doesn't happen.
I know. It was like an entire body length past the line. Like her feet weren't even on it.
Yeah, and that was the world record line, let alone where her competitors were.
And it was her world record.
Right.
She was breaking.
Yeah.
You know, folks, if you haven't watched that swimming last night, you just Google it or something, because it was like, you know what's so cool? That they were showing the underwater cameras. Like, I was trying to figure out, like, how do they push so much water? That's what they were talking about.
They look like little boats, don't they?
Yeah,
the way they just cruise and their wake and everything.
Their shoulder, everything is up.
Yeah.
Like, and then
lots
of course,
baby oil, man.
and then the 400, that was a big deal.
Yeah, Phelps
did it. They all did
relay,
the relay.
Yeah.
But it was great watching that.
Yeah, led from start to finish on that one too.
Right. Pretty amazing.
And then you had those. How about? Did you see those road races with the bikes?
No,
the
I didn't.
mountains? Ooh,
No.
man,
I didn't see that.
Oh,
Really?
You guys missed out. So the
Really?
guys went on Saturday, 6-hour bike ride. They go for all along the coast. They're going up the mountains and down. And what
Okay.
had happened was there was just so much wetness, even in the steep declines,
Yeah.
and they're trying to pass each other. That's like towards the end is the decline. With only like 10 miles left, they're flying down these hills. There's a really bad accident on the guys, and a guy broke his collarbone twice. And then on the women's, almost the same thing happened. There was a woman leading. She happened to crash, the leader. She was pretty injured, actually, and broke 3 vertebrae, and they're just flying, going 40 miles an hour, and they just catch her. And it was wetter yesterday for the women. And then, so the races were both incredible, though, in their own right. So with the women, that woman crashes, another American's in second. The American has a 40-second lead with 10 miles about to go, and literally the 3 people behind her for those 10 miles crept and crept and crept and crept, and you could see the countdown going, and they caught her with like 100 yards to go.
Really?
And they all passed her, so she went from first to fourth. She just couldn't. It was just brutal, but what a race to watch in terms of. So the women went around 3.5 hours. I don't know how long they were, what distance that was. But of course, when you're by yourself, I mean, you know that the 3 of them, just by being in a group, had
they were drafting each other.
Right,
Huh?
just that alone, by her being by herself. But just how it happened, she took with the crash, and then the crashes. Really, there were just so many crashes. They go over cobblestones at points, and their chains are popping off and stuff. So it was cool. Yeah.
Amazing.
But big action right from the get-go. And now in the next 3 nights, Phelps has a lot going on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. Yeah, these next 3 nights are big for Phelps and probably for big in swimming. And then I think more track and field kicks in later in the week
That's
or next
good.
week.
I can't wait to see him again because I didn't.
Gymnastics, we took the top 3 spots, but we had to kick, like Gabby had to be kicked out because we don't get to take
Is that
2.
what happened?
What
I
happened?
fell
What
asleep. So
happened?
yeah, the women were crushing. We have a great
the
gymnastics
girls?
team.
Yeah, we took the top 3 spots in the world at the Olympics for the all-around.
Yeah.
For the
To qualify
semifinals.
for the
And but they don't want one country taking all 3
you
podium
can
slots.
only have 2 people representing
So
for
they'll
the
only
all
let you
around.
take 2. So I guess half a point of judgment difference over 4 events.
Yeah.
So the girl that won, Gabby, the little girl that won last year, that won the Olympic all around.
The gold, yeah.
Yeah, she ended up not being able to go to the all around because she was half a point. Basically, I mean, you're talking like less
She was
than,
third of the whole field, but the 2 people ahead of her were American, and so you can't. They
Oh my
said
God.
I fell asleep before the end of it, but
So
I
if
knew
we
they were
just
going to finish top
qualified
3. Yeah.
Our own gold medal runner, or gold medal.
I know.
Oh, that's intense.
It is pretty intense. They shouldn't have that rule. I was saying, I mean, it's what if you're the 3rd best in the country? That's how. I mean, in the world. That's how it works, right? It's like.
What I
she's
heard was
gonna
they
be so
don't
upset.
want one country taking all 3 podium spots.
Right, no, I hear you, but I think that can happen though in other sports. Like, as in,
Yeah.
you can have that
it
happen.
has,
You know, it's like, so why just in this sport do they?
We thought it was stupid. They thought it was stupid.
Yeah, I think everybody would. You might see that get changed if, especially if the Americans are the ones getting hosed by it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We would have all 3.
Yeah.
We weren't
That's not always the case, though. You know,
It was
we're
a
coming.
solid 10 points.
We're
That's what
coming
we were
to
ahead.
our own right now. Like, that wasn't always the case in
No.
terms of American women being top 3 in the world. So that's not something that's just been like us.
But the team was ahead by all the other countries.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
is now.
10 points.
Exactly. Watching, and I watched a lot of their stuff. I mean, they really are incredible. Some of those, the vaults are so cool.
Yeah, they are.
They just, poof, the way they spin and jump off those things and just nail it in one instant. You know, it's tough to just jump up and down and do like a jumping jack and land on 2 feet.
Seriously. It's great that they started and they're going on, and we don't have to hear about how bad the water is and everything else there, because I can imagine it's like they have some big problems, but now we're just watching.
No,
right?
for sure. And we didn't hear about the water in terms of the bad quality, but they got so much wind that yesterday they had to stop the racing on the water because there was 40-mile-an-hour winds. And so Saturday there were such winds that they had just a regular rowing boat tip over, which is the first time it had happened in so they're dealing with some different parts. They're just Mother Nature. But I mean, you can imagine you're rowing. They're used to such flat waters, and they were showing in some of the women's where there were just such waves that your paddles couldn't even go over them. So it was like skipping all this.
Yeah,
as
right.
an Olympic sport, that's a little tough, but at least that everyone has to deal with the same deal.
Yeah,
But apparently there's a couple interesting ones too. There's trampolining, which is an Olympic sport.
Okay.
And I was reading about all these odd sports. Another one is speed walking. You actually could go to the Olympics for speed.
Really? Yeah.
Yep. They used to have pigeon hunting, but that got taken out.
Okay.
After like 300 birds bloodied the floor.
That's not good.
And then they had tug of war, which I thought would be actually fun.
That would be awesome. They should have tug of war.
Yeah.
We had tug of war when we had our fraternity games in Villanova, and that was always a good one.
Yeah.
It's nothing more like...
It's a good team deal.
Yeah, it's nothing more.
They had caning, which is like fencing, but with a cane. So I guess you just beat the other opponent down.
Great.
I was like, wow, look at all these events. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, and NBC, I downloaded their app, talk about it online. I was telling some of my friends, it was really cool where you could download their app, NBC Sports or something, and you have live access to, and this will probably trickle off as the events start going down and down, but right now there's so many going on. You could watch 2 different ping pong matches. You could watch this. You could watch that.
I like those ping pong matches.
I was literally flipping through them much more than, there was some cool sports that you never see highlighted on the NBC primetime feature, right? But that are cool.
So I'm going to find out. Is NBC.com for the app? Is it?
You go to the App Store for the app.
App Store. Okay.
There you go.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy, Darrell, myself, we're coming right back. Dow Industrials right now are down 18. Nasdaq's down 13. S&P's are flat. We're going to right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is off 12, Nasdaq's off 11, S&Ps are flat, and if you go over to that Nasdaq and we just take a look at it, you'll see when we were talking with Rex, that had been coming right down to, where it went topside from. And if we take a look at this, that's where you get that little bounce. Now, so we hit the 47.66, and it's bouncing with light volume. So it looks like you're just going to need a bunch of patience here. Let this lay out, and
it's bouncing right down to a magnet right there, too.
It'd be beautiful if it could get up to that 47.82. Because what you have, it's not that you have higher volume at the spike from 1020 today. So your range there is a 4766, and you get 47.82. That might not be a bad contract if it hits up there at 1 o'clock and you get the 2 to 4 contract.
Sure, right.
And what we're talking about, folks,
or end of day 415 ones.
Yeah,
right?
but the 450. That'd be better, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be better. And if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, folks, okay, you can test drive it to put $25,000 into your account. And there are all different contracts, different time contracts. And what does happen, what Tommy just explained, is that the 415 would be sweet because the premium's not going to be, the 2 to 4 is a smaller spread. And you can still out there, the big spread is 415, too.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of choices there, for sure.
There is.
For sure. And just I happen to flip back to Nadex and check out oil 43.12.
Look at this thing. Yeah. It wants that, what do we say, 45 something is ice, I think.
Quite a rise. I mean, even just from overnight, we were trading at, 41.88.
It's a monster.
Yeah.
And,
it's been taking its time, though.
Yeah.
Yep, it's just squeezing them all, baby.
I mean, it's going. It's like a steamroller, but
it is. It's
just not one of those trades you're going to have been in and have been out of in 5 minutes.
Slow, steady incline. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It is quite a rise, though, off that recent trend we've had just straight down.
45.20 is ice. And I figure, hey, went straight down from 52 to 39. You get 227,000 contracts, which is pretty good, which is real good, actually. This could set up going right into Wednesday, 10:30. And what we do have, folks, okay, as you're, we're kicking into, what do we have? August, is it August 8th? What is it?
August 8th.
August 8th. So, bottom line, you get window dressing over. Mondays and Fridays, we're still slow in the summer, but guess what? That's coming to an end in another few weeks.
It is. It's surprising how quick it goes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And I was saying to Darrell, maybe this is the time of the summer that we can actually get a small little lull. We have some Fed action going on with minutes this week, right? Is that right?
Probably.
Is that right, Darrell?
Yes. Yeah. On Tuesday we have minutes coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's kind of like earnings are out late August. We haven't heard anything regarding the Brexit for a while. That's probably not going to do anything to us in the next few weeks. And maybe this is our one opportunity in the summer for things to kind of just taper and be a little bit calmer than we've been seeing.
And as P says in the den, sloppy.
Sloppy. See.
And
anything's possible. That's something to keep always on your radar.
And what is important, there's no doubt, when you get something that there's not a lot of liquidity, that's when you got to really watch out, because
it could be sloppy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But these interest rates still are like, disconnected in a big way, because this morning, we have them rejecting lower price, but the volume's going to be big, so these things will be right back down there again.
We do have some crop reports on Friday. Out in the middle of the day at 12 o'clock.
Yeah. And
so that can make for some good, strangles or straddles on corn and soybeans.
And those markets have been active, that's for sure. This morning out here, and natural gas.
Thursday.
That's trading at 274 right now. We have crude up, crude's almost up 3%.
They'll have its report on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we got a few reports this week. I mean, not a whole lot going on this week, but a few things happening. And, usually things do start slowing down going into Labor Day weekend. A lot of people start taking their vacations, everything. And cause it's that last vacation before school starts, depending upon what state you're in and all that.
When our school start? Wednesday. This Wednesday.
That's insane.
That is insane.
What they did in Florida, well, I don't know if all of Florida, but they did in Pinellas County. They started 2 weeks early, and then now they're gonna get out in May next year. But bottom line is that that is insane. You know, you're talking the 10th.
We used to go like right before September or the first week of September. Like
Yeah.
Labor Day
Ours
week.
is always right
after Labor Day.
the Thursday after Labor Day, I think, right?
'Cause my birthday's like right on Labor Day all the time, like right around it. So I always knew.
But then we went to June. Well, you went to June, the first week of June. I went to June 24th.
Yeah.
So that was kind of late. Yeah.
Felicity pulled out of regular school this year. She's doing online school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she wants to ride more, so she's getting up in the morning and going and riding,
Okay.
and then coming home and doing her schoolwork online. Yeah.
How cool
crazy.
is that?
Yeah.
It's it's amazing.
Well, she said half the stuff that she does at school
yes.
is in the exact same, like it's the exact same program, software, everything.
Yeah.
Because at school, every kid had their own iPad.
Right.
So they're all doing their, half their homework because basically the program's smart enough to know what problems you're missing, which one versus which ones you're getting.
Yes.
And so it stops giving you the ones that you're getting all the time, and it gives you the ones you're missing until variations of it until you get it down. And so, I mean, it's really cool. So they're focusing more on where they need to, fill in the gaps. But I mean, a lot of it, she's like, this is what I do at school. This is what I do at school. So like a lot of it's the exact same. And she's always with kids with the rodeo stuff. So, she has
That's
kids
good,
she hangs out with still. It's not like she's, antisocial locked in the box.
Oh yeah. No, totally.
But so yeah, she wanted to do it, and I was like, all right, well, I was like, Judah doesn't start school, my son, for 2 years, so, have fun.
Well, give
You
it
got
a
2
shot.
years to try it out. And see what happens.
The real deal is that you might end up with a better education if it actually gets done online and learning something. Do you know what I mean? And it'd be nice to get a couple great teachers, because a couple great teachers can change your life. There's no doubt about that.
Well, the thing was, I'd take her out for a week to go out to Houston for the rodeo out there or whatever, and I mean, easily before we were there, she would do the entire week of work, like in the back seat of the truck, and I'm like, what do you do all week?
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm caught up for the week, Dad. And I'm like, what do you do all week? Like, this is Sunday. We haven't even, and you got everything through Friday done. And so and that's where the discussion started coming up because we were not going to certain things because of that. And so she's like, yeah, no, that sounds like a lot of fun. And she's like, I still get to see my friends. She's like, actually, a lot of them I'll see more because half of them also did the same thing. Because they're out. A lot of them work on farms.
Bunch
and
of
stuff
smart
like that.
kids.
Yeah.
I never could do that.
So I don't know if I would have had the discipline.
Seriously, man, it used to blow my mind when kids could just blow through everything. I said, how do they do that so easy, man?
I did the second half of my grad degree online. So
Nice,
I was doing it here in Dallas, and then my job way back when moved up to Virginia, and they didn't have the same degree, so I just finished it online, and I actually ended up liking it more. So.
Stay right there, folks. Darrell, Tom, and myself, we're coming right back. Dow right now is down 12. You get the Nasdaq off 15. S&Ps are flat. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is down 15. You get the Nasdaq off 15. S&Ps are flat. And don't forget, folks, we get some great programming coming up for you. We got our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next. TD Ameritrade, the swim lessons, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon, and we talk about Steve Rhodes.
Yeah.
We get a workshop coming up.
We sure do. Like we said, the summer is flying. August 10th, which is Wednesday night, 5 till 6, he'll be doing a candlestick trading, the ultimate trading signal, the Japanese candlestick. Hour-long workshop, just kind of focusing on the different signals he uses within candlesticks as part of his newsletter. And what you're signing up for is Mastering Probability. It's a subscriber event, so you get a month of his newsletter, you get the course, and he's done a special where you can get the first month for $49. So, you know, realistically, if we ran a candlestick course alone, would probably charge more than $49.
Right.
You know, but it's a great deal. That way you get to look at Steve's newsletter, see what he does every day, get the education. For $49, you get a full month in there.
And then he has his money management class.
He does. You get access to the webinars he has, money management webinar. And of course, he does a fantastic newsletter every morning. Comes out around like 8:30. Really, he's up early doing it.
And it's from 5 to 6 Wednesday night, folks.
Yeah.
And if you can't make it live, don't forget, we have great technology. Be on your page for a full 30 days.
And, you know, people like to wait. I like to wait till the last possible second. But in this instance, there's no reason, because if you're going to sign up now. That way you can see his newsletter today, tomorrow, Wednesday.
Right.
Get in there. I like to procrastinate. I do. Everybody does. It's amusing. But check it out. I encourage people. It should be a good webinar by Steve, for sure.
No doubt. So, Darrell, what are you up to for the rest of the week? What do you think?
You know me, man. Day by day.
So, Fed action tomorrow. What time do those minutes come out at?
Let's see.
They're probably 2.
If they're even still scheduled. Let me see here. Because they have like extra ones that they put out that most people don't pay attention to. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we only have RBA governor speaking tomorrow. So at 11.
August 17th. This is release date.
Could it be the following week, Joe?
Yeah, it's the following week.
August 17th. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the RBA governor tomorrow. That's really the only.
So this really could be a calm week then.
Could be a very calm week. Yep.
You know, everything in context. And
sell everything.
We're so used to
so much. Explode. Yeah.
We are. We're so used to so much news coming at us.
If we could just figure out how to make the Olympics drive the markets, then we'd really be, you know.
This would pick up a nice lull, right?
You take it out and move gold. You know, is all those gold medals and silver medals.
Oh, and by the way, folks, if you saw the article in the Wall Street Journal today, there's an article in the Wall Street Journal about gold and fake gold coins, right? Bottom line, folks, okay? The way you can circumvent all that, buy Eagles, okay? Because it's not that the article, my take on the article is that it's not as bad as they're making out, okay? But the bottom line is I remember even 8 years ago when the same article, same type of article was out there, do you know what I mean? You buy U.S. Eagles, you're 10 times better off. That's because of the Secret Service. And, you know, as to buying other gold pieces from mints.
Yeah.
You know, you see plenty of these ads. This is from mints. This is that.
Sure.
And it wouldn't be the mint that is selling it. Someone else that is, you know,
Sure.
doing something like that. Okay. So bottom line is that I wouldn't worry about it too much. What is intriguing too in the gold market is that it had in the journal also in the ETF section that GLD was the best moving in the SLV, which it has been, right? But it's so funny that these articles always come out at highs.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure. Yeah.
It is. It's wicked.
Well, that's what everybody wants to see it. Yeah.
I know. It's almost
That's
like
what
I said.
has everybody's eye.
I
Right.
says, oh my God. I said, they pull back on Friday. Okay.
That's when you see all the "we'll buy your gold" commercials and we're selling our coins commercials.
First pullback, and then all of a sudden get another ad. We gotta get them to buy.
Right.
Seriously, man. You stay right there, folks. I'm Mr. Barrels. Basil Chapman's coming up next. Darrell, thanks so much. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Thanks, Tommy.
Hey, have a good
thanks,
one.
folks. You stay right there. He's coming right up.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.